Hi, I'm Ray. I'm from Walk a Mile in My Shoes, and I'm with Max today, who's an event manager, and he's gonna be telling us today about what it's like to be an event manager and how to keep up with events. So, how you doing, Max?
I'm good, my bro. You?
I'm good, man. So you got an event coming up later on, and you're with Loudest Entertainment, and I just want to get to know you, what you want to do, how you do it, like, just give me a rundown of the day in your life, I guess.
Okay, so obviously my name's Max. I'm an events organiser and promoter from Birmingham.
Oh, what's going on, guys? So here we are, Saturday night, outside Network in Sheffield.
I started off by doing underground events. Don't really want to say too much about them. And then went into doing an international event called Loud in the Reef, which was based out in Tenerife. Which unfortunately we've had to put on hold due to the lockdown situation. So now I've just got back into settling my feet back into the UK and getting some UK events popping off. The up and coming one with Ard Adz and friends, which we're going to be doing in Sheffield.
Adz, yeah? Yeah. Right, cool.
Hey guys, we're at Loudest Entertainment night tonight at Network's warehouse, and we're gonna be showing what goes in and goes out when it comes to organizing, managing an event night. So hope you keep up with this, and looks like it's gonna be a good night. Like, what do you think is the difference between like working abroad and working over here? Is there a stark difference, do you reckon?
Well, I think the first things first between working abroad and working here is the language barrier.
Wow.
So that was something that we had to compete with. Also the heat in Tenerife. You know, it's
Don't get me wrong, I like the heat.
we all love the heat, but it's a little bit different when you're working in it. You know, you're not used to working in it. You know, being under pressure and having to hit meetings and all of these kind of things. And do you know what I mean?
Do you reckon it's a lot stressful? Like,
what? Events? Stressful? Jeez!
I know it's stressful, but I just
Put
want
it
to
like this, yeah. Before we started Loud in the Reef, I had a full set of black hair. As you can see now, I got a big, massive grey streak down the middle of it. So, yeah.
So Max, what was the most biggest challenge for tonight, in your personal opinion?
Anticipation, waiting for people, not knowing what's actually going to happen, waiting to find out who's going to be here, who's not.
I'm learning on the job.
Okay.
So I'm getting the experience I know it's costing me it's costing me in every way, but I'm learning on the job training. I'm learning as I'm going along, so some people go uni 3, 5, 7, however many years they go to uni for. Some of them might come out and they can't get no job or nothing because they got no experience.
That's the truth.
As much as I may not have the full credentials, I've done it. I've got the experience. There's still things that I can always work on. You know, we have this saying, 80-20, 80% perfect, 20% for improvement. So we've always got that margin to improve. We know that we're always going to have to improve. It's never going to be perfect. Amen. There's always going to be somebody that's got something to say about it. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be that margin. But as long as we hit that 80%.
Do you reckon adaptability is a big part of your job?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can have a plan, but it's not always going to go to plan. And when things go off track, that's when you need to be adaptable. That's when you need to be able to think on the spot. That's when you need to be able to, use other resources and man. And that's when it kind of gets exciting.
Yeah. So what do you think is the best thing about it?
For me?
Yeah.
Seeing people have a great time.
Yeah.
You ain't lived this life, you don't know this place, so you won't understand it. When Josie died, I watched that.
Listening to people, that was sick, I enjoyed that. That for me is people creating memories, people yeah, man, people enjoying themselves. That's the main reason why I do it.
Man, the two fair, like my background is videographer. Like you know me, like what's it called?
I know you.
I know. But I started off with event photography, and that was my first commercial one. So, in my experience, like that is the most important bit, like to enjoy, like seeing everyone have a good time. So, like I do understand, like literally, just seeing everyone. But yeah, what's it called? You're like, what's the hardest part? Do you reckon? Hardest part.
There's
like,
so many parts.
like if you had to pick one thing that stresses you out every time.
The hardest thing, I think it's probably, I don't know, you know. You know, that's a hard question.
Yeah,
what is
me.
the hardest thing? Because they all have their ups and downs. They all have parts that you think, oh, but then it's got the upside. I think it's more the paperwork.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the hardest part of it, the paperwork.
So like, how would you say like anticipation is a part of like anticipating? Or how would you say like anticipation? Pardon my words. is that a big like what's it called? Like, does that get you excited or does that get you scared? Like,
but
that's the question.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
It's one of those things again. It has its positives and it has its negatives. Do you know? The thing is with anticipation, you can kind of miss the moment because you're always thinking about what's gonna happen rather than what's happening. So I think I have done like been stressing. What's gonna happen? I hope.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of it. That's part of the fun aspect of it as well.
So what? Here's a question. What like working with artists and everything? Like, what is your experience like? Is it challenging? What's the thought process? Is it fun? Is it?
This is where versatility comes in. Where you have to be versatile because each artist, each performer, each DJ, they all have their own personalities. They all have their own wants, their own needs. They all have their own expectations. And yeah, that's something that I'm still learning. Do you know what I mean? I'm still getting to grips with the different personalities and how you then could have worked with one artist and then your expectations then on how the other artist or a different artist are going to be based on how you were with that one, but then you work with this one and it's like, hold on a minute, like
Exactly.
that one's actually cool, you know, like, and then you work with another one thinking, yeah man, they're going to be cool, and it's like, yo, say, nah, you're not having a bar of that, and it's like, so yeah, it's just.
It depends on the people, I'm guessing.
Yeah, man, it's one of them.
I can imagine it's like, what's it called? So, artists that are just lovely and bubbly. That's would you prefer to work with, or would you work with a challenging clients as well, or challenging artists?
Obviously, we would all prefer to work with the easier going artists, but that's not always the case, and we just have to take the rough with the smooth when it comes to it.
Oh, that's a beautiful way to say it. Like literally. Last question. Would you recommend it, or what kind of skills do you reckon you need? Like, like skills you need for the next man to enter into event management?
You gotta have some balls. That's one thing, and I say that to all events organisers out there, and that, like, you got to have some balls because you especially starting off, you know, you're putting a lot on the line. You're putting, money, time, your reputation on the line. So you've got to be prepared to take the losses as well as the wins. And would I recommend it? Nah. Stay in the 9 to 5, man. Serious, don't do it because, yeah.
But it's one of those things, like, I can see you enjoy it, but like, I can see you enjoy the mad chaos and everything, and you do well at it. So that's why that's why I thought, like, yeah, bring him along.
Yeah,
let's do it, like, let's properly, like, introduce you into the
Appreciate
scene.
it.
But yeah, man, let's end it over here. Thank you so much. Thank you for walking in my shoes. Thank you to Max for joining us, telling us Maximus Prime.
Big up, man, like Ray, man.
Yeah, man. Over here. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
Cheers.
respect, blessings.
Yeah, that's it.